When we talk about muscle health, most people immediately think about protein powders, supplements, and shakes. The fitness industry has done a remarkable job convincing us that building and maintaining muscle requires synthetic solutions. That somehow, nature is not enough. Yet, science continues to show that natural bioactive foods offer something that protein powders simply cannot replicate. These foods contain complex nutrients and compounds that don't just feed muscles with amino acids, but actually help preserve and regenerate them by influencing our body's biology at a much deeper level. When we look at muscle preservation through the lens of natural bioactive foods, we are talking about nourishment that goes beyond macronutrients. Protein powders, for all their convenience, are isolated, refined products that focus on a single aspect of nutrition: protein quantity. They deliver amino acids, yes, but they often strip away the living, synergistic components of real food that support muscle function in ways we're only beginning to understand. In contrast, natural foods like beans, lentils, fish, eggs, nuts, seeds, and even certain fruits and vegetables provide not only protein but also micronutrients, polyphenols, and bioactive molecules that influence muscle metabolism, reduce inflammation, and enhance blood flow. The idea is that the body doesn't thrive on isolated inputs, it thrives on harmony. And that harmony comes from real, whole foods that communicate directly with our cellular systems. Let's take an example from nature itself. Edamame, the young soybean, is not just a source of plant-based protein. It contains isoflavones, a type of bioactive compound that has been shown to reduce muscle breakdown by influencing hormone balance and oxidative stress. When consumed regularly, these compounds work in concert with amino acids to maintain lean mass, particularly as we age. Contrast that with a scoop of whey protein isolate, which offers amino acids in abundance but lacks the antioxidant or anti-inflammatory properties that protect muscle cells from damage in the first place. What good is protein if your body is inflamed or your cells are unable to use it efficiently? Similarly, foods like salmon or sardines deliver not only high-quality protein but also omega-3 fatty acids, potent anti-inflammatory molecules that improve muscle protein synthesis. Studies show that omega-3s help activate the mTOR pathway, the central signal for muscle growth, while simultaneously reducing the chronic inflammation that accelerates muscle loss, known as sarcopenia. This dual action makes natural foods far more effective than any powder because they nourish multiple systems at once. The muscle fibers, the blood vessels, and even the gut microbiome, which influences nutrient absorption. Bioactive compounds also play a crucial role in protecting mitochondria, the powerhouses of our cells. Without healthy mitochondria, our muscles weaken regardless of how much protein we consume. Foods like blueberries, spinach, and green tea contain polyphenols and catechins that support mitochondrial function, protecting these tiny engines from oxidative stress and keeping muscle tissue resilient. This is something protein powders simply can't do because they lack the full nutritional orchestra that allows the body to perform at its best. Let's also consider how natural foods interact with blood flow. For muscles to grow and recover, they need oxygen and nutrients delivered efficiently through the bloodstream. Natural foods rich in nitrates, such as beets, arugula, and pomegranate, can help improve blood flow by boosting nitric oxide levels in the body. Nitric oxide relaxes blood vessels, increases circulation, and ensures that muscles receive what they need to recover and rebuild. Protein powders don't offer that vascular benefit. They only supply one part of the equation. It's the synergy of nutrients in whole foods that keeps the body's internal systems working in unison. Muscle preservation is also deeply connected to the immune system. Chronic inflammation is one of the leading causes of muscle degradation. Natural foods, especially those rich in antioxidants like colorful vegetables, berries, and spices such as turmeric and ginger, actively neutralize inflammation and oxidative stress. They protect the muscle fibers from the microscopic damage that accumulates over time, which is often the hidden cause of weakness and fatigue. By reducing inflammation, these foods help maintain muscle tissue even in conditions where muscle loss is expected, such as aging or inactivity. When people think about building muscle, they tend to focus on quantity. How much protein, how many grams per meal. But muscle health isn't just about quantity, it's about quality and utilization. Natural foods support better utilization of protein because they contain enzymes, cofactors, and micronutrients that assist in digestion and absorption. Magnesium, zinc, and B vitamins, often present in whole grains, nuts, and leafy greens, are critical for muscle function and protein metabolism. When we rely solely on protein powders, we risk missing out on these essential nutrients that enable the body to actually use the protein effectively. Furthermore, bioactive foods influence the hormonal environment that governs muscle maintenance. For instance, the consumption of foods high in antioxidants and omega-3s helps regulate cortisol, the stress hormone that breaks down muscle tissue when chronically elevated. At the same time, these nutrients support the production of anabolic hormones like testosterone and growth hormone in natural, balanced ways. The result is a body that maintains its lean mass without artificial intervention. Another fascinating area of research is the role of the gut microbiome in muscle health. The bacteria in our gut play an essential role in how we process nutrients and regulate inflammation. Diets rich in natural, fiber-filled foods support a healthy gut microbiota that, in turn, promotes better muscle metabolism. Certain gut bacteria even produce short-chain fatty acids like butyrate, which have been shown to reduce muscle wasting. A scoop of protein powder, on the other hand, offers no such benefit, and sometimes artificial additives and sweeteners can even disrupt the gut microbiome, working against muscle preservation rather than for it. Natural foods also align with how our evolutionary biology intended us to eat. For most of human history, our ancestors relied on foods that were whole, minimally processed, and nutrient-dense. Their muscle health and physical resilience were maintained without access to supplements because their diets naturally provided what their bodies needed. We've drifted from that connection, trading biological harmony for convenience. Yet, when we return to whole foods, the body responds. It remembers how to repair, how to strengthen, how to thrive. There's also the psychological and sensory aspect of eating real food. The act of preparing and consuming fresh, whole meals engages our senses and signals our nervous system that we are nourishing ourselves deeply. This promotes hormonal balance, reduces stress, and enhances recovery, factors that indirectly contribute to better muscle preservation. Protein powders, by comparison, are impersonal and detached from this natural process of nourishment. They may provide calories, but they don't provide connection or balance, both of which are essential to true health. When scientists study populations known for longevity and vitality, such as those in the blue zones, regions like Okinawa, Sardinia, and Icaria, they find that muscle health is maintained well into old age without reliance on supplements. The diets in these regions are based on natural, bioactive foods, legumes, vegetables, whole grains, olive oil, and moderate amounts of fish. These foods don't just provide protein, they supply a matrix of protective compounds that slow down muscle degradation and promote repair. These people are living proof that natural food, not synthetic substitutes, is the foundation of lasting strength. In truth, what preserves muscle isn't simply the intake of protein. It's the quality of the food that delivers it, the synergy of nutrients that support cellular health, and the balance within the body's own repair systems. Natural bioactive foods provide all of this in abundance. They work with your biology, not against it. They don't just feed muscle, they teach it to regenerate, activating the body's own regenerative and metabolic pathways for strength is one of the most fascinating and empowering discoveries in modern nutritional science. For years, we believed that building and maintaining muscle was simply a matter of consuming enough protein and lifting weights. That muscle was a mechanical system that responded only to calories, amino acids, and resistance. But the truth is far more dynamic. Our muscles are living, adaptive tissues constantly communicating with other systems in the body. The immune system, the vascular system, the gut microbiome, and even the brain. What this means is that strength and preservation are not simply about what you feed your body, but how you activate its internal healing and regenerative mechanisms. This is the essence of biological resilience, and nature provides the precise signals that awaken these pathways. Inside every human being are powerful cellular systems designed to repair and regenerate tissue. One of the most important of these systems involves stem cells, the body's own raw materials capable of transforming into muscle, bone, or connective tissue when needed. When we experience injury, stress, or even exercise-induced microdamage, these stem cells are activated to replace damaged fibers with new, stronger ones. However, this regenerative potential weakens with age or chronic inflammation, leading to gradual muscle loss. The exciting part is that certain natural compounds found in foods can reactivate these dormant stem cells and restore the body's ability to regenerate muscle efficiently. For example, compounds like sulforaphane from broccoli sprouts, resveratrol from grapes, and catechins from green tea have all been shown to promote stem cell activity and protect them from oxidative damage. This means that food doesn't just nourish the muscle. It tells the muscle how to rebuild itself. Metabolism plays an equally critical role in this process. Muscles are metabolic powerhouses responsible for burning glucose and fat and maintaining energy balance throughout the body. When metabolism slows, muscles weaken, and when muscles weaken, metabolism slows further, creating a vicious cycle. Natural foods rich in polyphenols and micronutrients can disrupt this cycle by activating key metabolic regulators inside cells. One of these regulators is AMP-activated protein kinase, or AMPK, often called the body's metabolic master switch. AMPK increases energy efficiency, stimulates fat burning, and enhances insulin sensitivity, all of which help muscles stay strong and functional. Compounds like quercetin from apples, curcumin from turmeric, and berberine from plants like barberry have been found to activate AMPK naturally, improving cellular energy production without the need for synthetic stimulation. Blood flow and oxygen delivery are also essential components of the regenerative process. Muscles cannot repair or grow if they are not adequately supplied with oxygen and nutrients. One of the body's key pathways for promoting regeneration is angiogenesis, the growth of new blood vessels. Dr. William Lee's research has shown that angiogenesis can be stimulated through certain bioactive foods, enhancing circulation and nutrient delivery to muscle tissue. Foods such as tomatoes, pomegranates, green tea, and citrus fruits contain natural angiogenic compounds that help maintain a healthy capillary network, ensuring that muscles receive consistent nourishment. This isn't about increasing protein, it's about optimizing the delivery system that allows protein and nutrients to do their job. When your vascular system thrives, your muscles can regenerate more effectively. Another critical biological process tied to regeneration is autophagy, the body's way of cleaning out damaged cells and recycling their components to create new, healthy ones. Autophagy is like a cellular reset, allowing tissues to rejuvenate themselves from the inside out. It plays a vital role in maintaining muscle integrity by removing dysfunctional mitochondria and replacing them with new ones. Natural foods and dietary patterns, such as intermittent fasting, green tea catechins, or compounds found in turmeric and garlic, can enhance autophagy, ensuring that old and damaged muscle fibers don't accumulate and hinder performance. This internal housekeeping system allows the body to keep muscle tissue youthful and metabolically active, even in the absence of supplements or artificial interventions. Mitochondria are another cornerstone of the body's regenerative and metabolic capacity. These microscopic power plants generate ATP, the energy currency of life. When mitochondria are healthy, muscles perform efficiently. When they are damaged, fatigue, weakness, and muscle loss follow. Natural foods are filled with compounds that protect and stimulate mitochondrial function. Coenzyme Q10 from oily fish, PQQ from parsley and green peppers, and polyphenols from berries and olives all enhance mitochondrial biogenesis, the process by which new mitochondria are created. This is an extraordinary form of biological renewal, allowing muscle cells to produce more energy and recover faster after exertion. Rather than forcing the body to rely on external protein sources, activating mitochondrial health through diet empowers the body to sustain its own strength. Inflammation is another major factor that suppresses regeneration. Chronic inflammation blocks muscle repair signals and accelerates tissue breakdown. The key is not to eliminate inflammation entirely. Acute inflammation after exercise is actually part of the muscle building process, but to resolve it efficiently so that healing can proceed. Natural anti-inflammatory foods like ginger, turmeric, extra virgin olive oil, and fatty fish help the body produce specialized pro-resolving mediators that turn off inflammation once repair has begun. This precision control allows the body's regenerative systems to work without interference, ensuring that new muscle fibers can form properly and that existing ones remain strong. Hormonal balance also governs how well our bodies regenerate muscle tissue. Insulin, growth hormone, and testosterone all play vital roles in directing nutrients toward repair and synthesis. However, modern diets high in sugar and processed foods disrupt this hormonal harmony, leading to insulin resistance and hormonal decline. Natural whole foods help restore balance by improving insulin sensitivity and stabilizing blood sugar levels. Foods rich in magnesium, chromium, and fiber, such as leafy greens, legumes, and seeds, help regulate glucose uptake, ensuring that energy is used efficiently rather than stored as fat. This metabolic precision creates an internal environment that favors regeneration over degeneration. The gut microbiome, often called the body's hidden organ, also participates in this regenerative orchestra. The trillions of bacteria in our intestines produce metabolites that influence inflammation, immunity, and even muscle metabolism. Short-chain fatty acids like butyrate, produced by gut bacteria when we consume dietary fiber, have been shown to promote muscle repair and prevent atrophy. A diet rich in natural plant-based foods, vegetables, fruits, whole grains, and fermented foods, cultivates a microbiome that supports regeneration from within. These bacteria not only help digest nutrients, but also communicate directly with muscle tissue through the immune system, creating a feedback loop of renewal. Even stress and sleep influence the body's regenerative capacity. Chronic stress floods the system with cortisol, which breaks down muscle and suppresses repair pathways. Natural foods that support adrenal balance and calm inflammation, such as ashwagandha, chamomile, and magnesium-rich greens, can help modulate the stress response, allowing the body to enter a state where healing and growth are prioritized. Sleep, fueled by proper nutrition, is the window during which much of this regeneration occurs. Foods that promote melatonin production, such as tart cherries and walnuts, support the deep, restorative sleep that muscles depend on for rebuilding. When these systems, stem cells, metabolism, angiogenesis, autophagy, mitochondria, hormones, microbiome, and circadian rhythm, are working together, the body operates as a self-renewing organism. Every meal becomes a signal, every bite a message to your cells telling them either to regenerate or to decay. This is why natural foods are not passive sources of calories, they are active agents of renewal. They engage with your biology, triggering molecular switches that promote growth, balance, and strength. In the same way a symphony depends on the harmony of its instruments, muscle preservation depends on the synchronization of these biological systems. When one pathway falters, others compensate, but only if they are properly fueled by nutrients that nature designed for this purpose. Artificial supplements can provide isolated components, but they cannot conduct the orchestra. Only whole, bioactive foods have the complexity required to interact with the body's innate intelligence. They provide the antioxidants that protect stem cells, the polyphenols that enhance mitochondrial function, and the micronutrients that activate enzyme systems. By eating in alignment with biology rather than against it, we give our bodies the raw materials and the instructions they need to sustain strength and vitality naturally. Understanding this concept transforms how we view food. It is not just sustenance or fuel, it is information. The compounds in natural foods send biochemical messages that activate regenerative pathways, instruct cells to rebuild, and restore balance to the systems that maintain muscle and metabolism. When you nourish the body with these signals consistently, the effect compounds over time. The muscles become more efficient, The metabolism stabilizes, inflammation subsides, and energy flows freely. This is not the result of supplementation or artificial enhancement. It is the awakening of the body's own regenerative intelligence, something that has been within us all along. Harnessing everyday whole foods to stop muscle loss and boost longevity is about rediscovering the powerful relationship between what we eat and how our bodies age. For decades, the conversation around muscle health has centered on gym routines, protein powders, and supplements. But the truth is that the foundation of lasting strength and endurance is built on natural nutrition. Our muscles are not isolated systems. They are deeply connected to every part of our biology: metabolism, circulation, immune function, and even cognitive health. When we feed the body whole, natural foods, we are not just providing nutrients, we are sending biochemical signals that protect, repair, and renew muscle tissue. The beauty of this truth lies in its simplicity. The foods that preserve muscle are not exotic or expensive. They are the same foods that promote long life and vitality, working with the body's natural intelligence to maintain strength well into old age. Whole foods are complete nutritional ecosystems. They provide protein, yes, but also fiber, healthy fats, vitamins, minerals, and bioactive compounds that communicate with our cells. When you eat an apple, a handful of nuts, or a bowl of lentils, you are giving your body hundreds of compounds that work in synergy, not just to fuel your muscles, but to activate protective processes throughout your body. For example, legumes such as lentils and chickpeas are rich in plant protein and amino acids, but they also contain iron, magnesium, and antioxidants that enhance oxygen delivery and energy production. When these nutrients work together, they support the metabolic and cellular environment that muscles need to stay strong. This is the kind of multidimensional nourishment that protein powders cannot provide, because they are stripped of these synergistic elements. One of the most powerful groups of foods for muscle preservation is omega-3 rich sources like salmon, sardines, walnuts, and flax seeds. Omega-3 fatty acids, especially EPA and DHA, play a critical role in reducing inflammation and enhancing muscle protein synthesis. They help muscles respond more efficiently to exercise and repair themselves more effectively after stress or injury. By improving cell membrane flexibility and communication, omega-3s ensure that nutrients and oxygen move efficiently in and out of muscle cells. This supports both short-term recovery and long-term strength maintenance. Regular consumption of these foods has been linked to reduced risk of sarcopenia, the age-related decline in muscle mass that affects millions worldwide. The key is not just the presence of protein, but the quality of the surrounding nutrients that help the body use that protein effectively. Leafy greens and cruciferous vegetables are another cornerstone of natural muscle preservation. Foods like spinach, kale, and broccoli contain nitrates, chlorophyll, and bioactive compounds that support blood flow and mitochondrial function. Nitrates, in particular, are converted into nitric oxide in the body, a molecule that relaxes blood vessels and enhances circulation. Better circulation means more oxygen and nutrients reach the muscles, allowing for greater endurance, faster recovery, and less fatigue. At the same time, these vegetables contain antioxidants that protect muscle cells from oxidative damage, one of the key drivers of aging. This is how everyday foods quietly build resilience from within, by creating an environment where muscles can thrive, adapt, and regenerate naturally. Whole grains such as quinoa, oats, and brown rice are equally vital because they provide slow, releasing carbohydrates that fuel muscles over time. Unlike refined grains that spike and crash blood sugar levels, whole grains maintain steady energy, which is essential for muscle endurance. They are also rich in B vitamins, particularly B6 and B12, which are crucial for protein metabolism and the production of red blood cells. When the muscles have a steady supply of energy and oxygen, they resist fatigue and recover faster. These grains also contain trace minerals like magnesium and selenium, which act as cofactors for enzymes involved in muscle contraction and antioxidant defense. This combination of nutrients makes whole grains a foundational element for both muscle health and longevity. Fruits, especially berries, citrus, and pomegranates, offer another layer of protection. They are loaded with polyphenols, anthocyanins, and vitamin C, compounds that combat inflammation and oxidative stress. Oxidative stress weakens muscle fibers and accelerates aging, while antioxidants neutralize free radicals before they cause harm. Pomegranate juice, for example, has been shown to improve exercise performance by enhancing blood flow and reducing muscle soreness. Blueberries, rich in anthocyanins, help protect mitochondria and promote faster recovery after physical activity. These foods do more than just prevent damage. They enhance the body's ability to adapt and rebuild after exertion, which is the essence of true strength. Nuts and seeds, though small, are nutritional powerhouses for muscle maintenance. Almonds, chia seeds, pumpkin seeds, and hemp seeds contain plant-based protein, healthy fats, and minerals like zinc and magnesium that are essential for muscle function. Zinc supports tissue repair and immune strength, while magnesium is involved in over 300 biochemical reactions, including those that control muscle contraction and relaxation. The combination of protein and micronutrients in nuts and seeds supports lean mass while also stabilizing hormones that regulate growth and metabolism. Their healthy fats also promote the absorption of fat-soluble vitamins like A, D, and K, which play roles in muscle recovery and inflammation control. One of the most overlooked aspects of muscle health is hydration, and nature provides the best solutions through whole foods. Fruits and vegetables like cucumbers, oranges, and watermelon are naturally hydrating and rich in electrolytes. Muscles depend on proper hydration to contract efficiently and to transport nutrients into cells. Dehydration can lead to muscle cramping, reduced performance, and slower recovery. By relying on hydrating foods instead of sugary sports drinks, we give the body water paired with natural minerals and antioxidants, enhancing the overall regenerative process. Hydration from natural sources supports cellular health and energy metabolism, both of which are crucial for maintaining muscle mass as we age. Protein-rich plant foods such as tofu, tempeh, lentils, and quinoa also play a powerful role in sustaining muscle. They contain all essential amino acids needed for muscle repair while providing fiber, phytonutrients, and antioxidants that animal-based sources may lack. These foods help reduce chronic inflammation that can inhibit muscle growth, and they promote better gut health, which in turn enhances nutrient absorption. A strong gut microbiome ensures that the amino acids and minerals from your diet are efficiently delivered to your muscles. This connection between gut and muscle, often called the gut-muscle axis, demonstrates how deeply interconnected our internal systems are and how whole foods nourish that connection. Spices and herbs like turmeric, ginger, garlic, and cinnamon may seem minor additions, but they are potent allies in muscle preservation. Turmeric's curcumin and ginger's gingerol compounds reduce inflammation and oxidative stress, helping muscles recover faster from exercise-induced damage. Garlic improves circulation and supports nitric oxide production, while cinnamon helps regulate blood sugar levels, preventing insulin spikes that can lead to muscle degradation over time. These flavor-enhancing foods are medicinal tools that help keep the body's internal systems in harmony, supporting both short-term recovery and long-term strength. Even the way we combine and time these foods matters. Eating a balance of protein, healthy fats, and complex carbohydrates ensures that muscles receive a steady stream of nutrients throughout the day. For instance, pairing plant proteins with healthy fats like avocado or olive oil enhances nutrient absorption, while including antioxidant-rich vegetables with every meal supports ongoing cellular repair. This holistic approach to nutrition mirrors how nature designed our bodies to function, in balance, with every system working together to maintain homeostasis. Muscle preservation, therefore, is not achieved through excess or isolation, but through consistent, balanced nourishment. Whole foods also impact longevity through their effect on inflammation, oxidative stress, and metabolic efficiency. By consistently consuming natural, nutrient-dense foods, we activate genes associated with longevity and suppress those that promote aging and degeneration. For example, polyphenols in olive oil and red grapes activate sirtuins, a family of proteins that regulate cellular repair and energy metabolism. These same mechanisms that slow aging also preserve muscle as they prevent the degradation of cellular structures and support mitochondrial health. The more we engage with real foods, the more we align ourselves with these biological pathways of renewal. Ultimately, harnessing everyday whole foods to prevent muscle loss and promote longevity is about restoring trust in nature's design. The human body has evolved over millennia to thrive on the nutrients found in the Earth's natural bounty. When we return to whole foods, colorful vegetables, vibrant fruits, nourishing grains, and clean proteins, we reconnect with that biological wisdom. Each meal becomes an act of renewal, a chance to feed not just our muscles, but our entire being with the compounds that sustain life, strength, and resilience.